sana. Distinguished guests, graduates, the graduation of these young professionals brings renewed hope for our nation. The hope of achieving and enhancing the nurse-to-patient ratio for better health outcomes. It is also a major boost to the transformative Afya Nyumbani, which our president launched in October under the universal health coverage. We underscore the crucial role of primary health care workers acting as the initial line of defense for our citizens. Through strategic investments and comprehensive training, our aim is to care services they deserve. Most of the professionals graduating today under various fields will complement the work of the over 100,000 community health promoters. They will improve healthcare outcomes. Distinguished guests and graduates, indeed, the Ruto administration understands that the wealth of our nation is as good as the health of our people. As such, an education system that answers emerging health needs of our people is key. That is why under KMTC and other tertiary learning institutions, we are investing in a cutting-edge workforce because we have an opportunity to set the standards of outputs for impact. We acknowledge the importance of research and innovation. This is central to reducing overdependence on imported technology as we cultivate and embrace homegrown solutions to health challenges. With the rollout of the UHC, we'll also review new insights in the endemic diseases. Being one of the colleges with the largest network of campuses across the country, we look forward to impact research pegged on crucial data that community health promoters are generating as they work at the grassroots. Distinguished guests and graduates, in our race to deliver universal health coverage under the Kenya Kwanza Plan, KMTC is a great enabler. In the evolving healthcare landscape, digital transformation has emerged as a major driver of innovation for efficiency and effectiveness. Digital transformation is not merely about adopting new tools. It is about transforming the entire healthcare architecture. It involves creating connected systems that facilitate seamless communication among healthcare providers, improvement of data accuracy, and ultimately enhance the overall quality of care. Esteemed graduates, as we celebrate you today, we recognize the extraordinary circumstances under which proven frontline warriors in our healthcare interventions. KMTC is a renowned institution nationally, regionally, and internationally. As our ambassadors protect the health profession with integrity, as you march out the gates of your institutions, you are invited to offer humanity, dignified, and distinguished service. In conclusion, this graduation has opened doors to further studies. Only those who constantly keep learning alongside practicing get to integrate better their knowledge and skills for outstanding performance. Again, congratulations and best wishes as you pursue your own goals. Asanteni sana. Nikimalizia nataka kutakia nyinyi mema. I want to invite our graduates who are graduating today, as you go out to the world there, venture into the world with dignity and professionalism. Be professional in your work. Uphold standards that you have learned in this great institution. The people of Kenya have great work ethics. And as you go out in the world, exercise to look for employment outside our borders. And one of the most sought area of professionalism out there is your profession. Our health providers are desired in large numbers across the world. As we speak now, our president is meeting the new ambassadors and deputy ambassadors to brief them on their new role in the countries they are going to serve. And the president has directed them that one of the critical roles they will play out there is to look for employment opportunity for the Kenyan people. Already, we have outstanding requests from the United Kingdom, from the Republic of Germany for healthcare providers. So I'm sure soon most of you will find their way to other countries to go and work there and take care of the world. As I engaged your CEO and the board earlier, they have expressed their request and desire that we look into the issue of capitation to be able to help more students through help. And that is a request we are going to consider of how we enhance the capitation for this sector. Na kwa sababu niko hapa Kasarani, ni mzuri niseme kitu kimoja. Kenya hoi! Kenya hoi! Kwa sababu Kenya, during the inauguration of President William Ruto as President of the Republic of Kenya, many people were uncomfortable with what I said. But because I'm a truthful man, I chose to tell the people of Kenya the truth. And because I'm back here, it is important that I revisit what I said then, so that we put the record straight. As the president and his government struggle with the economic challenges facing the Republic of Kenya, many critics are telling us not to remind them where we found Kenya. As I speak here before health professionals, you all know it's important before you treat a patient to know the medical history. When patients appear before you, the first thing, once you find out how they are feeling and what is troubling them, you seek to know what is their medical history, because that informs you on the plan for treatment, on how to deal with the patient. And there is no way you can treat a patient without understanding the medical history of that patient. And that is why we must keep reminding the people of Kenya where President William Ruto found the economy of this country. When I spoke here on 13th of September last year, I said we found empty coffers. I repeat, we found empty coffers, and that is the truth. And no amount of denial will change that fact. Using medical parlance that you understand better, we found the Kenyan economy in ICU. The patient called the Kenyan economy was on life-supporting machines. The president, as a chief surgeon in the theater of the economic recovery, has struggled in the first 6 months and gotten the patient from ICU to HDU. In the next 8 months, the president struggled and got the patient called the Kenyan economy from HDU into the ward. The patient now is in the ward and is showing good signs of recovery. All the organs are operating. All the organs are working. The patient is showing signs of improvement. The patient has put on weight and is responding well to treatment. And in the next several months, the patient will leave hospital will be discharged to go home and be attending clinic once in a month. That is the truth. The president has worked very hard. He inherited a 9.6 trillion public debt. All the money that we collect, 70% of that amount goes to pay public debt. President William Ruto did not acquire those debts. He has found them, and they have to be paid because they are debts that belong to the Republic of Kenya. We found a demoralized public service. The president has worked hard. So even in that space, there are several gains that the government led by President William Ruto has achieved. One of them, and most critical, is the Afya Nyumbani program, where 100,000 health promoters have been enlisted and given equipment, and they are getting a stipend to encourage them to serve the people at level 1 intervention, because primary health care is critical in our plan to achieve universal health coverage. Again, the president has embarked on subsidizing production as opposed to subsidizing consumption because it's not sustainable. Through that program, the president and the government have brought the price of fertilizer from 7,000 shillings per 550 kg bag to 2,500. And as a result, we have a bumper harvest, and we have now attained food security. And we have brought down the cost of unga. We found it at 230 shillings per 2 kg to between now 130 shillings to 150. And Kenyans are now able to afford unga. Again, when we came in, we found that our mothers and fathers over 70 years who were benefiting from the cash transfer program had not been paid for 8 months. All the arrears for the elderly have been cleared, and as we speak today, our elderly, the senior citizens of this country, are paid before the 28th of every month. Again, the government has streamlined the operations at KMSA. And as we speak today, medical supplies are available to the counties. And there is no county who can claim that they have no medical supplies. Issues of corruption have been dealt with, and services and the systems have been streamlined to serve the people of Kenya better. We also want women have gotten employment, and they are today able to fend for their families. And as we proceed in matters of education, when we came in, we found parents among you here, the students were complaining that the CBC program had been implemented without adequate public participation. The president set up the Presidential Working Party on educational reforms that went around the country and collected views from the people of Kenya, from all stakeholders. And as a result, the CBC now has been aligned with the wishes and aspirations of the people of Kenya. Again, for the first time in the history of this country, the Kenya Kwanza government under President William Ruto has employed in a single year 56,000 teachers to match the teacher-pupil ratio in our republic. So, sisi tunataka tuseme hata kama iko matatizo, tumefanya mambo kadhaa ambayo inaonekana na itaendelea. And as I've told you, this patient is going home. Na kwa hivyo tutaendelea. We welcome criticism that is constructive, but we want those who are criticizing also to be truthful and tell the people of Kenya where the president found the state of the Kenyan economy. Na kwa hivyo mimi niseme ya kwamba kazi inaendelea na mambo itakuwa shwari na mabadiliko ya kiuchumi inaendelea, na hivi karibuni Wakenya watafurahia. Wale walikuwa wanapiga kelele mambo ya bei ya unga, tuliipata ikiwa shilingi 230. Saa hii imeteremuka, waongei wamenyamaza. Wanasema ya mafuta iko juu. Saa ile walikuwa naongea ya unga. Wacha waseme ya mafuta iko juu, lakini waongeze waseme ya unga imeteremuka. That will be an honest conversation. Na bei ya mafuta is not a Kenyan problem. It's a worldwide challenge. The cost of fuel is high everywhere in the world. It's not a problem that is peculiar to this country. It's a global challenge that every country, kwamba pia sisi tukiingia kwa serikali tulipata matatizo ya usalama pale katika bonde la Ufa in North Rift. Mlio wa risasi ulikuwa unaendelea kila wakati, kila pahali, mashule yalikuwa yamefungwa. As we speak today, the guns have been silenced in North Rift. Shule zote zimefunguliwa na watoto wetu wanasoma. Nataka nichukue nafasi hii kumpongeza waziri wetu wa usalama, Professor Kithure Kindiki, and the National Police Service for the good job they are doing. In northern Kenya, in Lamu, where we had charges of terrorism, they have all been dealt with. Again, that is an accomplishment by the government of President William Ruto. Kwa hivyo ni mzuri watu waongee ukweli. Watukosoe pahali ambaye hatujafaulu na pahali tunaonekana kama tuko wazembe. Lakini yale ambaye tumefaulu pia ni mzuri tuyaseme, kwa sababu ni mzuri kusema ukweli. Kwa hivyo niliona ni mzuri nieleze hayo, kwa sababu mimi nilianzia kusema ukweli kwa hii stadium na nimerudi hapo kusema ukweli, na nikipata nafasi nyingine nitaendelea kusema ukweli. Mnataka niendelee kusema ukweli? Basi sisi tuko hapo kwa sababu ni muhimu. Kwa hayo mengi, mimi nataka niwatakie wale wanafuzu leo hapa mema, na wale wote wamefika hapa, na Wakenya pahali pote walipo, Christmas jema, mwaka mpya wa 2024. Na nihakikishie Wakenya wote tumeweka mikakati ya usalama ya kuwalinda na kuhakikisha ya kwamba watasherekea sikukuu ya Christmas na ya mwaka mpya kwa amani, kwa sababu ya ulinzi ambaye tumeweka. Polisi wetu watakuwa wanafanya doria kila pahali na kuhakikisha ya kwamba kila Mkenya amekaa vizuri. Tungetaka kuchukua nafasi hii kuuliza madereva wale wamekuja hapa jali, tusikuwe na maafa, na pia tuulize madriver wetu wakati hii ya Christmas na mwaka mpya wafuate sheria za barabara na wakuwe waangalifu, ndio tusipoteze maisha wakati hii wa sikukuu. Kwa hivyo, kwa hayo mengi, asanteni sana. May God bless you and bless you abundantly. Asanteni sana. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, our Deputy President. Thank you. Let us give him a round of applause. Thank you very much for your speech and the wishes to our graduates and to all of us as Kenyans. Your Excellency, sir, we are now coming to the climax of the graduation, where we are going to present the graduates. And to usher in this session, sir, allow our KMTC Nairobi Campus Choir to make for us the KMTC anthem. The KMTC anthem was derived from our service charter, and so it is a message of what we offer and the services that we give. KMTC anthem on stage.
With constant growth in training and with service to all, we strive to make the world a better place for all. Marching on for excellence, doing so to the top of the world. With commitment, never to change mankind. With commitment,
very much that we are all committed to give service to mankind. That is the message of that anthem. Thank you very much. As they exit the stage, Your Excellency, sir, I now wish to call the Deputy Director Academics to make a special recognition before we present the graduates. Deputy Director, Dr. Nyawera.
Our chief guest, sir, today I'll be presenting two students, two graduates who are not present today. During the time they were preparing for graduation, they passed on. Therefore, today we are awarding to them their awards posthumously. Their parents, their relatives may be present today, and thereafter we will give to the designated persons the certificate at a later date. The two students are, number one is Billy Kibet Morongo. He's on page 67 of the booklet, serial number 452, within the cohort of Diploma in Clinical Medicine in Cabernet campus. The second student is Muhori Sidi Cleopatra, serial number 2094 on page 29, a student who to be awarded certificate of silence in recognition of these students. Thank you, our chief guest.
Thank you, your chief guest. We now want to present our graduates. And at this juncture, I want to call the registrar, Mr. Ronald Wasike, to come forward and call upon the heads of departments to present their graduates. Registrar.
Our guest of honor, sir, Kenya Medical Training College has 7 faculties, 18 departments, offering 95 courses across 74 campuses in our republic. Today, we have the honor to present 22,695 graduates. We shall be followed by public health sciences, then diagnostic sciences, information technology and medical education, pharmaceutical sciences, clinical sciences, and faculty of nursing. To start us off, I want to invite the heads of department from dental technology, medical engineering, occupational therapy, optometry, orthopedic technology, and physiotherapy to come forward and present their graduates. Welcome.
Department of Dental Technology. Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award diplomas in dental technology to the following 147 graduates. May the graduates stand and please remain standing.
Department of Medical Engineering. Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award higher diploma in medical engineering technology, diagnostic equipment to the following 1 graduate, and higher diplomas in medical engineering technology, therapeutic equipment to the following 6 graduates. May the graduates stand and please remain standing. Guests of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award diplomas in medical engineering technology to the following 360 graduates. May the graduates stand and please remain standing. Guests of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award certificate in medical engineering technology to the following 934 graduates. May the graduates stand and please remain standing.
Okay. Department of Occupational Therapy. Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award diplomas in occupational therapy to the following 222 graduates. May the graduates stand and please remain standing.
Department of Optometry. Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award higher diplomas in optometry contact lenses to the following 4 graduates. May the graduates stand and please remain standing. Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award diplomas in optometry to the following 61 graduates. May the graduates stand and please remain standing.
Department of Orthopedic Technology. Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award diplomas in orthopedic technology to the following 129 graduates. May the graduates stand and please remain standing.
Department of Physiotherapy. Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award higher diplomas in physiotherapy rehabilitation to the following 8 graduates and higher diploma in physiotherapy, women health and pelvic rehabilitation to the following 23 graduates. May the graduates stand and please remain standing. Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award diplomas in physiotherapy to the following 267 graduates. May the graduates stand.
Your Excellency, sir, next is the Faculty of Public Health Sciences, starting with the Department of Community Oral Health, followed by Public Health Sciences, followed by Health Promotion and Community Health, and Nutrition and Dietetics. Welcome.
Department of Community Oral Health. Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award diplomas in community oral health to the following 71 graduates. May the graduates stand and please remain standing.
Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award Diploma in Public Health to the following 95 graduates. Diploma in Medical Social Work to the following 53 graduates. May the graduates stand and please remain standing. Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award certificates in public health to the following 623 graduates. May the graduates stand and please remain standing.
Departments of Health Promotion and Community Health. Guests of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for awards higher diplomas in health education and promotion to the following 6 graduates. Higher diplomas in community health, HIV/AIDS care to the following 8 graduates. May the graduates stand and please remain standing. Graduates, may the graduates stand and please remain standing. Guests of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award higher certificates in community health to the following 2,155 graduates. May the graduates stand and please remain standing.
Department of Nutrition and Dietetics. Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award diplomas in nutrition and dietetics to the following 263 graduates. May the graduates stand and please remain standing. Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award certificates in nutrition and dietetics to the following. May all the graduates standing take to their seats.
Your Excellency, sir, next is the Faculty of Diagnostic Sciences, led by Radiography and Imaging Sciences and the Department of Medical Lab Sciences. Welcome.
Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award higher diploma in radiography and imaging ultrasonography to the following 30 graduates. May the graduates stand and please remain standing. Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award diplomas in medical imaging sciences to the following 13 graduates. Diplomas in radiography and imaging to the following 423 graduates. May the graduates stand and please remain standing.
Sciences. Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award higher diplomas in medical laboratory sciences, blood transfusion science to the following 8 graduates. Higher diplomas in medical laboratory sciences, hematology to the following 3 graduates. Higher diplomas in medical laboratory sciences, histopathology to the following 8 graduates. Higher diplomas in medical laboratory sciences, microbiology to the following 3 graduates. Higher diplomas in medical laboratory sciences, parasitology in the following 2 graduates. May the graduates stand and please remain standing. Get 5 graduates. May the graduates stand. May all the graduates standing take to their seats.
Your Excellency, sir, next is the Faculty of Information Technology and Medical Education, starting with Department of Health Records and Information, followed by Department of Health Professions Education. Welcome.
Department of Health Records and Information. Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award diplomas in Health Records and Information Technology to the following 628 graduates. May the graduates stand and please remain standing. Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award certificates in Health Records and Information Technology to the following 2,295 graduates. May the
Department of Health Professions Education. Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award higher diplomas in medical education to the following 56 graduates. Higher diplomas in health systems management to the following 16 graduates. May the graduates stand. May all the graduates standing take to their seats.
Your Excellency, sir, next is the Faculty of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Department of Pharmacy. Welcome.
Department of Pharmacy. Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award higher diplomas in pharmacy, clinical pharmacy, to the following 32 graduates. May the graduates stand and please remain standing. Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award diplomas in pharmacy to the following 637 graduates. May all the graduates stand and please remain standing. May all the graduates standing take to their seats.
Your Excellency, sir, next is the Faculty of Clinical Sciences, starting with the Department of Clinical Medicine and followed by
Department of Clinical Medicine. Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award Higher diplomas in clinical medicine and surgery and anesthesia to the following 116 graduates. Higher diploma in clinical medicine, surgery, audiology, and hearing care technology to the following 4 graduates. Higher diplomas in clinical medicine, surgery, chest medicine to the following 9 graduates. Higher diplomas in clinical medicine, surgery, dermatology, and venereology to the following 19 graduates. Higher diplomas in clinical medicine, surgery, emergency, and critical care medicine to the following 13 graduates. Higher diploma in clinical medicine, surgery, ear, nose, throat, head, and neck surgery to the following 24 graduates. Higher diplomas in clinical medicine, surgery, mental health, and psychiatry to the following 16 graduates. Higher diplomas in clinical medicine, surgery, nephrology to the following 9 graduates. Higher diplomas in clinical medicine, surgery, oncology, and palliative care to the following 16 graduates. Higher diplomas in clinical medicine, surgery, ophthalmology to the following 1 graduate. Higher diplomas in clinical medicine, surgery, ophthalmology, and advanced refraction and low vision to the diplomas in clinical medicine, surgery, orthopedic, and trauma surgery to the following 13 graduates. Higher diplomas in clinical medicine, surgery, pediatrics to the following 38 graduates. Higher diplomas in clinical medicine, surgery, reproductive health to the following 27 graduates. Higher diplomas in clinical medicine and surgery, speech and language pathology to the following 4 graduates. May the graduates stand and please remain standing. Guests of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award diplomas in clinical medicine and surgery to the following 1,530 graduates. May the graduates stand and please remain standing. Guests of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award certificates in emergency medical technology to the following 288 graduates. May the graduates stand and please remain standing.
Medicine. Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award diplomas in orthopedic and trauma medicine to the following 209 graduates. May the graduates stand and please remain standing. Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award certificates in orthopedic and trauma medicine to the following 1,383 graduates. May the graduates stand. May all the graduates standing take to their seats.
Your Excellency, sir, last but not least is the Faculty of Nursing, Department of Nursing. Welcome, Madam Ejobi.
Department of Nursing. Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award higher diplomas in critical care nursing to the following Thank you. Higher diplomas in critical care nursing to the following 76 graduates. Higher diplomas in Kenya registered nurse anesthetist to the following 50 graduates. Higher diplomas in nephrology nursing to the following 66 graduates. Higher diplomas in ophthalmic nursing to the following 26 graduates. Higher diplomas in pediatric nursing to the following 11 graduates. Higher diplomas in palliative care nursing to the following 13 graduates. Higher diplomas in perioperative nursing to the following 18 graduates. Higher diplomas in psychiatric nursing to the following 48 graduates. May the graduates stand and please remain standing. Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award diplomas in community health nursing to the following 7,351 graduates. Diplomas in nursing, mental health, and psychiatry to the following 279 graduates. Diplomas in nursing and midwifery to the following 65 graduates. May the graduates stand and please remain standing. Guest of honor, sir, I have the pleasure to present for award certificates in community health nursing to the following 825 graduates. May the graduates stand. May all the graduates standing take to their seats.
I now call upon the graduates to be upstanding. I call upon all graduates to be upstanding. I wish to invite the chairperson of the KMTC Board of Directors, Mr. Josiah K. Cheriot, to award the higher diplomas and certificates.
And having satisfied the examiners in your fields of study, I award you the respective higher diplomas, and certificates for which you are qualified to perform and serve in all that appertains to those qualifications.
I call upon all graduates to be upstanding. The solemn promise. All graduates be upstanding for the solemn promise. I call upon all graduates to repeat after me the following statements. That at all times, in my practice of my profession, I will be ethical, and nothing but ethical. And that whatever I learn of my patients or clients professionally, I shall not make it private or public gossip. And that I shall place my patient first and foremost, above all other things. So help me God. Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. Congratulations to our graduates. Congratulations. You have done it. You have done it, and we are all here to celebrate all of you. Our chief guests, we are now towards the tail end of the program, but before then, sir, we request that you humbly make recognition and awards to various students who are outstanding during their training, and also recognize our staff who have gone through training in other institutions and attained various degrees. We humbly request, sir, that you go down with our cabinet secretary, the board, and the CEO, so that we can recognize those who are being awarded today. So we continue to recognize all those who have graduated today. And at this point, we want to recognize those who have attained various awards. Okay.
Haya basi, wahitimu tuweze kupata nafasi zetu za viti. May we all have our seats kindly please.
Okay, we start with the students who through their training were outstanding in one way or the other, and we are going to present them in the following order. The first award goes to the most outstanding female student of the year, and this is none other than Sheila Adhiambo Ogenga from Siaya KMTC, Department of Health Records and Information. Tumpigie shangwe na vigelegele Sheila Adhiambo Ogenga. Thank you, Sheila. Congratulations. She's followed by the most outstanding male student of the year. That is Larry Moduri from Siaya Campus, Department of Nursing. Congratulations, Larry Moduri. Congratulations, Larry Moduri. Well done. He will be followed by the most outstanding female student in leadership, and this is Jennifer Moragwa Onyancha from Nyahururu Campus, Department of Health Promotion and Community Health. Well done, Jennifer Moragwa Onyancha. Congratulations. The next is the most outstanding male student in leadership, Isaac Odwor Odero from Sierra Campus, Department of Health Records and Information. The next is the most outstanding student in patient care and kindness to patients, who is Brenda Odero Obeti, Gatondo Campus, Department of Nursing. The next is the most outstanding female student in community service. This is Irene Wangeshi Njoroge from Muranga Campus, Department of Nursing. The next is the most outstanding male student in community service, Omwoyo Ayoti Eric, Chuka Campus, Department of Clinical Medicine. The next is the most outstanding group in community service, which is Muranga Charity Club from Muranga Campus, and this is an interdepartmental award. So the principal and the student representative is receiving that award. The next is the Chief Executive Officer's Award for Academic Excellence, won by Rachel Wanjiku Njoroge from Gatondo Campus, Department of Nursing. Last but not least, we have the Chairpersons of the Board of Directors Award for Most Inspirational Student of the Year, Faith Maiyo from Ugenya Campus, Department of Health Records and Information. I now wish to call upon our Deputy Director Academics to present the staff who are being recognized for the various degrees. Welcome, Didier.
Our chief guest, sir, I present staff who have completed various degree programs. The number one is Dr. Agnes Mudhoni Linus, who has obtained Doctor of Philosophy in Public Health from Kenyatta University. Dr. Everin Nyamai is next, Doctor of Philosophy from the Management University of Africa. Number three, Dr. Priscilla Kwaboka Anuri, Doctor of Philosophy from Masinde Muliro University of Science and Technology. Faith Binya Mutuku, Master of Science in Community Health and Development, Great Rex University of Kisumu. Faith Mutidi Gui, Master of Science in Epidemiology, Southeastern Kenya University. Fancy Jepkemoi Kepkech, Master of Science, Health Systems Management, Mount Kenya University. Jotham Miawa Munala, Master of Business Administration, Kenyatta University. Masi Waweru, Master of Science in Health Professions Education, Amref International University. Okwaro Irene Othiabo, Master of Science in Biomedical Sciences, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology. Pauline Okari, Master of Science in Nursing, Maternal and Neonatal Health, Moi University. Rachel Mwende Musioka, Master of Arts in Monitoring and Evaluation, Mount Kenya University. Abanas Mutiso Mudusi, Master of Public Health, Kenyatta University. Winfred Dabi Sila, Master of Public Health, Mount Kenya University. Caroline Amakobe, Bachelor of Library and Information Science, Kenyatta University. Frederick Kelly Mutinda, Bachelor of Science in Physiotherapy, Amref International University. Jack Gubao, Bachelor of Science, Midwifery, Masinde Muliro, University of Science and Technology. Joseph Areba Ogari, Bachelor of Science, Great Rex University of Kisumu. Joseph Waweru Juguna, Bachelor of Science, Masinde Muliro, University of Science and Technology. Lydia Duarte, Bachelor of Business Management, Mount Kenya University. Margaret Jero, Bachelor of Human Resource Management, Kenyatta University. Musao Patrick, Bachelor of Science, Information Science, Mao and Dr. James Mairu, postgraduate diploma in education.
Haya, kweli shughuli hii imefana na ni ishara kuwa tumeachiwa kumbukumbu na Mheshimiwa Naibu wa Rais. Hivyo basi bandi itaendelea kututumbuiza mpaka Mheshimiwa Naibu wa Rais atakapowasili.
This is NTV.
I can't stand your coldness, and your rejection are against us. Divide and you shall conquer. Anyway, what's your idea?
Afadhali mzee ambaye ni mtulivu, ambaye hana haja ya kujaza mifuko yake, ambaye atachunga masilahi ya watu yake, badala ya mdomo tamtamu 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 tamtamu. Lakini akiingia ni wale wa kufanya moja yako, nusu ya mwananchi, mbili yako na tano yako, na mnawajua nyinyi.
Hata leo mimi naona hii maendeleo, anasema hizo maendeleo, hakuna maendeleo. Maendeleo ya nini? Ya matope. Maendeleo ya matope kama maya.
Kwenda kabisa, wani lazima. Enda, tera zuende.
Over 2,000 years ago, everything changed forever. Jesus, the Son of God, was born and became man, lived a perfect, sinless life, and then died on the cross as a sacrifice for our wrongdoing. 3 days later, he rose from the dead. God is with us today and always. His birth brings us hope. His death brings us the gift of eternal life. To accept his gift of eternal life, talk to Jesus and tell him that you believe he died for you and that he rose from the dead for you. Jesus offers you the forgiveness of your sins and the gift of eternal life when you decide to put your trust in him alone.
Tunaingia vijijini, mijini na hata jijini kukuletea taarifa mchana kutwa. Usiku tunaketi kitako, tunadadavua tukichanganua taarifa na makala muhimu yanayokuhusu wewe na familia yako. Ungana na Bernard Ngozi kwenye Open Forum Political Show kuanzia saa 4 usiku hadi dakika zake kila siku ya wiki kwenye Sound Candy Talk. Tukutane Sound Candy Talk.
Sisi vile vile sio watu ambao wanataka ugomvi kwa sababu ya ugomvi.
Niwaambia nyinyi ni wajinga mkimfuata Ruto. Mkadhani tunawadanganya.
Jeti ya Ruto. Hii maisha ya Ruto ni stress na ni stress.
Mungu wewe umetukosea. Sasa tumesema siku ya Jumatano. Mko tayari? Mko tayari? Tumesema sisi si majambazi.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for making time to join us. This is Sound Candid Talk, Open Forum Political Discussion Show, the show that gives you an opportunity to air what you feel and think about the latest development on our political front. Today, we'll be looking at the expose by Raila Amolo Odinga on our Kenyan examination, Kenya Certificate of Primary Examination that came out recently, is faced with question marks on almost everything. And now the truth is being unearthed that the whole process of the exam was questionable and it was engineered to be a mess because they attempted once again to reinvent the wheel. Instead of the Kenya Kwanza administration working with the left structures by Matiang'i, Magoha, and his predecessors in the Ministry of Education, they looked for a new contractor, they looked for a new printer, and worked on a system that was not tested before. And well, now our children are faced with what may just make them miss out on their livelihood because some government somewhere doesn't want to do what is required because some people have to eat, regardless of who gets affected by their eating. This is sickening, very, very annoying that people want to toy with everything and everyone of all things. Why would you want to toy with the destiny of the children of a country? How else do you demonstrate that you are a responsible government except by how you are handling the children? All those mentioned and yet to be mentioned in this particular 2023 examination scandal, they should be ashamed of themselves. Must you eat and eat up the children as well? What is this that Kenya Kwanza can't let go? Why can't they just work with what was left until they're able to put up what they think is an alternative? Must they experiment with fuel, experiment with edible oil, experiment with examination, experiment with healthcare. What is it that is difficult in running the government on the structure that is left and spelled out in the Constitution? Well, as we begin to dive into this particular expose, I call upon you to be on the forefront, invite somebody so that we can all weigh on this. And then, of course, the contrast between President Suluhu of Tanzania and William Ruto. It is reported by one, okay, I should just read this out so that I don't mix it and you don't kind of claim I framed it, I cooked it or framed it up. Let's just look at this shortly, and then we can begin to, talk more. Well, the tale of two countries in East Africa. Tanzania, 50 people die in the floods, and Samia Suluhu, the president, cuts short her visit to Dubai and returns home to attend to the disaster. In Kenya, 160 people die in the floods, and it's business as usual as we proceed from Dubai to India with the state business and banquets. I want you to think about that. When other presidents are cutting short their trip to go and attend to their people, as we are proceeding with business as usual, cutting deals and attending banquets in the world. What is it that Kenya did to deserve this? I'm calling upon all right-thinking Kenyans to come on board. Let's engage, let's talk. This is getting out of hand. Definitely, we must do something about the same. In the same breath, let me just read out a summary of what Baba said, and then we'll, at opportune time, be able to play the whole praiser on the same matter. But this is what Baba says. The hunt for quick money has now taken the Kenya Kwanza tenderpreneurs from petroleum products and edible oil to exams. It has messed up the 2023 KCPE and will likely find its way to the KCSE, whose marking is currently underway. The hunt for quick money, Baba alludes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are calling upon you. Please make sure you invite somebody. Hiyo namba ya watazamaji inapaswa kupanda. Naomba tafadhali umakinike katika kukaribisha wawili watatu. Share that link with everybody in your life. Let's make a difference tonight. Tunim Hamud, our permanent secretary, she's present. Karibu sana. Naomba tusonge mbele. Bunuta, karibu kwa show. Christine Mukami, karibu sana kwa show. Anasema this government has lost it. Charles Green, India to import cheetahs from Kenya after giving Zakayo 38 billion. Next, he will sell us. God have mercy. All the same, let's keep going. I salute Felicitas at Tideke. Karibu sana kwa show. Esther Stoll, karibu kwa show. Asante sana kwa kujumuika nasi katika kipindi. Simba Omar Said, karibu kwa show. Anasema baba aitishe maandamano. Haya, ujumbe wa Simba Omar Said, anasema baba aitishe nini? Maandamano. Salome Amoshibo, karibu kwa show. Bernardo Wino, welcome to the show. Anasema Kenya imeiva kwa maandamano. Leo CS Ndung amesema eti El Nino na prolonged drought ndio I'll collect tax ya kutosha. Haya. God have mercy. Okay, Gideon Etimile anasema close allies of KK are now distancing themselves from Zakayo's lies and promises, which has already messed up their government. Freedom, karibu kwa show. Asante sana kwa kuwa pamoja nasi. Tunashukuru. Liliana, asante, karibu kwa show. PJ, karibu kwa show. Asante kwa kuwa hapa. Naomba tumakinike kukaribishana, na kumbuka kuna swali la Paul ambalo lazima ukalijibu, lakini kabla ujibu hilo swali tunakuomba tafadhali anza na kulike video. Tunataka video ipate likes za kutosha na zitoshane na majibu ya hilo swali ambalo tunaliuliza. Na swali tunalouliza hapa ni simple. Say, do you believe the government did her due diligence over the KCPE exams? Do you believe the government did her due diligence over the KCPE exams? On Sound Candid Talk, we have 5 votes and all of them say no. So 100% on Sound Candid Talk Live, they are saying the government slept on the job. They did not do their due diligence. On Sound Candid Talk, the main channel, we have over 24 votes already. Do you believe the government did her due diligence over the KCPE exams? 29% say yes, and 72% say no. And we encourage you, please, we have 25 votes with 21 likes. Let's have a balanced, you like the video first and then cast your vote. I salute everyone. Even as we start the conversation, let's be on the forefront. We make a difference tonight as we dive deep into the mystery of the KCPE exams, and then, of course, the response of 2 different presidents of different nations. One cut short the trip to come and attend to a crisis. Another one proceeds from one meeting to another meeting, attending banquets. God have mercy. Msimamo vipi lakini?
Ama kaka, hali yako?
Salama, nashukuru.
Naona bambani hapa. Naweka coil kidogo, mambo angalau umbo hapa.
Natafuta msemo wa hali hii. Msemo wa hali hii unaitwaje?
Aha, nitakupa jibu. Nipe kidogo, lakini nitakupa jibu na ahidi. Hata kama siko sasa, lakini nipo.
Jiandae, naweza cheza video alafu utakuja.
Niko sawa. Kwamba yes, mimi Bernard ninashangaa sana. Jambo liloniacha kwanza niingie haraka sana spidi hapa ndi press conference yenye nimesikiza sasa ya watu kiwewe sijui nini juzi kati tulizungumza haya kesho na kesho kutwa kutatokea hili. Mbona watu wasiwasi hivi? Anayekataa ni Raila, Kalonzo na wengine, ama wanaokataa haya maovu ni wa Kenya? Makweli hizi lawama hizi za huyu aliiba KEMSA, huyu alikaiba hiki, akaiba hiki, hawa ndo beneficiaries, na mliwajua tangia hapo maamuzi yalikuwa yapi? Hayo ndo ya ufunguzi yalionileta spidi hapa, kwa sababu niliona kuna uongo ambao umekosa mashiko. Baada tuzungumze haya ambayo tunashuhudia tayari yanayoendelea, kwamba tuambie mafuta haya. Tulizungumzwa mafuta ya petroli, kuna mafuta ya kula, nayo ya uongo ama ni ya handshake pia. Haya tunazungumzia sasa ya elimu, haswa ambao ndio uti wa mgongo wa taifa, na ndo maisha haswa ya leo. Haswa elimu si ya kucheza, haswa machafu ndio haya, nayo ni ya uongo. Haya nayo ya last regime. Bernard, Jemo, ushoga, yote ni ya wakati huu. Je, ni ya last regime? Unajua, wakati mwingine huwa najiuliza maswali mimi kama msimamo haswa, hivi mbona watu wanaogopa maandamano? Mbona wanaogopa maandamano? Na napewa visingizio vingi. Kweli iko, tutabidi tuheshimu na tunaishi katika nchi ya rule of law, sawa, lakini maandamano ya Mkenya kwani nayo ni yako nje na katiba hayapo? Mbona kunaongezwa vikwazo? Shaka iko wapi? Sasa tulaumu kwamba ni wao waliopita kuna mkosa, ama ni ambao ndani ya mwaka mmoja hamjaweza kurectify hata jambo moja? Mahospitali yetu yako vile, bei za vyakula ziko vile vile, elimu ndio hivyo kabisa. La kuvunda siku zote halikosi ubaya. Kama ni kushindwa, mmeshindwa. Maandamano yaitishwe leo, yawe basi ya Raila, kwa sababu anasema amekuwa kuna watu wameam. Zote ni propaganda. Huyu mzee hajafit, amechoka. Nani amekwambia amechoka? Mkenya ndo atasema Raila amechoka, ama ni nyinyi viongozi? Maandamano sasa hivi ndio tishio, maana haya yakipigwa kipenga tu Bernard leo utashangaa. Hapo ni mavi kitambaani tu mzee. Asante.
Thank you msimamo for a good start. Sema cha kuvunda akikosi
la kuvunda alisubani zote.
Thank you. Baadhi zikikosa kuzaa usingizia jua. Hawa wametafuta jua, El Nino ndio hiyo. El Nino kufika wakasema ni majibu ya maombi. Kuna mtu amesema tangu Zakayo aseme El Nino ni majibu ya maombi, El Nino imekatika. All in all, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for making time to join us on Sound Candid Talk. As we continue with the conversation, please be on the forefront to invite somebody, remind somebody that the show is on and we are engaging in order to find a lasting solution to what is bedeviling our country. And Raila Amolo Odinga, our leader, has dived into the examination scandal that seems to have been engineered right from the center of the seat of power. No, I have said this before, and I don't think I'll get tired saying it. When you get into the new office, it is important that you leave everything where you found them until you begin to see the way they work and then whether they need change or not. Don't get into a new office and change everyone and change everything. There is a scriptural reality on the same. When the children of Israel were going to the promised land according to the Bible, those of you who are Bible believers, God gave instruction to Joshua. He says, as you get into the promised land, don't kill everyone. Don't destroy everything. He says you should capture land and space based and proportionally directly to your increase. He said if you get in the land and destroy everything and everyone, what will happen is that the evil beast of the land will multiply and eat you up. I will say the best transition that ever took place in this great country is that of, we'll say Kibaki and Moi. Okay, when Moi exited the scene and Kibaki took over, Kibaki in his wisdom retained everything in its place until it was time for change to take place. That is why there was stability between the transition from Moi to Kibaki. Then there was stability between Kibaki and Uhuru, and then Uhuru and Ruto. The instability experienced in 2013 after Uhuru took over was by reason of the same mistake that William Ruto is committing, trying to change everything too soon in office. Everything will collapse against you. Now, look at what's going on right now. What is it that William Ruto has done? One thing that has worked. According to me, nothing. Because if it would have worked, Kenyans will see it and Kenyans will tell it. The only thing we see is press conference and international speeches. Probably those ones. But as far as doing something that would impact the lives of Kenyans and positively bring about right changes, everything is flopping, from fertilizer to petroleum to edible oil, now to examination. And all of it is because of one person who wants to experiment with everything. There are things that have already been concluded scientifically. All you need to do is apply yourself to the same. You don't need to reinvent them. So what was wrong with the Kenya Kwanza administration working with the contractors that were left by their predecessor in the Ministry of Education? NEC is the same. Government is the same. We only changed government officers. Why would we change the company that prints the exam and those that preside over the exam? Where was the necessity? Were you looking for something cheaper? Now, if you are looking for something cheaper, what were you saving? Okay, where is that you saved? Was it the money or was it the papers? What is it that you saved by changing the people who are charged with the responsibility to handle the exam, who are experienced? Look at now what's happening. Edible oil, you gave them to your new contractors. They brought you poison. You went for G2G. Now G2G has brought us what we have right now. The dollar has refused to agree with your lies. What's going to happen in this country? Kenyans of goodwill, we must begin to talk. Okay? And then, of course, is it the CS treasurer? Treasury, sorry. Let's hear him out. Let's hear him out before we dive into something else. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, I think CS treasurer is here.
Sasa anasema kwamba hali ya uchumi ya Kenya ni mbaya mno, akiwataka Wakenya kukaza mkanda zaidi. Waziri Ndung'u pia akisema kwamba serikali inapitia wakati mgumu hata kuwalipa wafanyikazi wa umma, kama Stephen Leto anavyotuarifu.
Wafanyikazi wa serikali huenda wakawa na Krismasi chungu, kwani Wizara ya Fedha inaonya kuwa huenda mishahara yao ya mwezi Disemba ikachelewa. Waziri wa Fedha Profesa Njuguna Ndung'u ameiambia kamati ya fedha katika bunge la kitaifa kuwa serikali haijakusanya ushuru wa kutosha msimu huu wa mvua ya El Nino.
1 year, Kenya has gone into two extreme. There's a severe drought, and now there is El Nino. In both cases, we have reallocated budgets, a supplementary budget, and recurrent budget, and even development budget to save lives in both cases. At the same time, because those extremes also create a recession, we are not getting adequate tax revenues. So you can imagine.
Kulingana na Wizara ya Fedha, kupungua kwa ushuru kutaathiri malipo ya mishahara na hata miradi ya serikali.
So in a sense, we are struggling just to be on the same position. By the way, I can tell you, we are even having trouble with salaries. We are clearing salaries with arrears. In fact, that's what I started looking at in the morning. I was even called by the governor in Nairobi County telling me that, look, I'm going to be impeached. What are we going to do? I have not given salaries. You can imagine it's a liquidity issue, which is short term.
Wabunge hapo jana walisambaratisha shughuli za bunge wakitaka mgao wa NG-CDF. Hata hivyo, waziri wa fedha anasema serikali bado inaweka mipango ya fedha hizo.
Please share the truth before time catches up with you. Share the truth. Say kimeumana. Give me time kidogo. You will be able to sort out the problem.
Let's hold on. We are trying to everything, just like you have said. Anything that is possible that can be done will be done to make sure that we don't get into that situation.
CS, I know if we go home without CDF, we are just going to plunge ourselves into a burning fire.
Bunge sasa wanataka serikali wape kitita cha shilingi bilioni 9 kabla ya sikukuu ya Krismasi.
You have the capacity to hold some things that can hold. You know, even the fertilizer subsidy that we gave budget of about 8 billion can hold, because it is meant for the next season for fertilizer. That is around March, April. But children are January 39. So there are things in this budget that you can hold for the sake of the children of Kenya.
Bunge litaelekea likizo kuanzia Alhamisi. Stephen Leto, runinga ya Citizen.
Swali langu, haya madeni yanachukuliwa yanapelekwa bahari lipi? Bwana Msimamo.
Ndugu yangu Bernard hapa kuna kitu sijui kinanichekesha wala kinisemeje. Unajua eti sababu ya kwamba sasa hivi Kenya haina pesa ni kwa sababu tumekumbwa na mikumbo miwili, yani drought, at the same time tumekumbwa na El Nino. Ndio maana watu waje kusanya ushuru wa kutosha kuweza kulipa wafanyikazi. Hivi kwa akili zangu mimi Msimamo najiuliza swali moja. El Nino ni juzi tu, na hata huo wakati huo wa drought unaozungumzwa hakuna mikakati yote inaweza kufanyika. Lakini sasa najiuliza hilo swali. Ikiwa utaweza kumtoza ushuru mwananchi kumkamua kiasi kwamba biashara yake inafinyilika, je, ndiko unamkuza kwamba ndio atoe ushuru, azalishe ushuru, ama ni mwisho wa siku asimame tu akwame, maana hajui kwa kuanzia ni wapi, kwa kumalizwa ni wapi? Na katika hiyo hali, je, unategemea vipi ukusanye ushuru wa kutosha? Yote 9 ndani ya mwaka mmoja wote, nataka niambiwe Bernard, ina maana hawaja kusanya pesa kutoka kwa mifukoni mwa wananchi. Hizi pesa zinalipwa kila siku, zinaenda wapi? Zinafanywa lipi? Na kama basi zimewekwa, tuambie hizi zimewekwa maana tunataka zifike pesa fulani ili uchumi huo utakuwa umemereka. Basi subirini, ama sema kweli uwekwe huru, na mzungumza kweli bwana ni mpenzi wa Mungu. Mbona hatuambiwi hivi? CS kama huyu anatuambia kwamba maana hatukuja kusanya ushuru wa kutosha huu mwezi maana El Nino na drought. Na hata hiyo kabla drought ni kipi kilifanyika? Kama si kuona wewe ngozi mwenyewe haswa ukibebana na msaada kupeleka Isiolo, ama nazungumza uongo? Maana watu wanakula mbwa eti. Mazee, yani kunafikia wakati kwamba hatuna haja tena wa Kenya kuweza kudanganywa kitotototo. Hawa wote wamejitokeza maconference hawa na makota kinaichungwa wote kwa sababu vibarua vichanza kuota mchanga. Na kizuri zaidi ama kibaya zaidi ni ile ombi langu Mwenyezi Mungu alilijibu, na nilizungumza papa hapa kwamba wakizungumza ni kuhakol hawa watu na kuwazomea. It works now. It shows the whole world that Kenyans are totally tired with this shenanigans. What do we call it? Mimi hata sitaki niingie kwa kizungu hiyo yenu. Wacha nibaki kwa Kiswahili wangu. Kwa sababu hiyo ndo tishio tu. kwamba wananchi wamechoka. Once ipigwa kipenga leo tunaingia kwa street, utashangaa Bernard. Na that's the end ya hawa jamaa na uongo wao. Hatutaweza kuishi Kenya hii kwa kuongozwa na kuuziwa matumaini na uongo, wakati wanaofuja pesa zetu ni hawa ambao wanasimama katika mikutano, hawa ambao wanasimama katika masafari ambayo hayaelezeki, pesa zinaishia katika mikono. Hakuna usimamizi ambao ni wadhabiti kuhusiana na rasilimali zetu. So ukweli ni kwamba Wakenya tusijaribu kuwasikiza hawa watu hata nukta, maana wameshindwa. Wao wako kwa kujitetea matumbo yao. Wasitusingizie kwamba wanaishi Kenya hii kwa sababu tangia miaka ama regime zote zilizopita hakukuwa kuna rule of law. Wao ndio wanajua rule of law zaidi. Katiba hatutaweza kuchezewa kama vile Biblia sometimes inafanywa na watu wengine kujinufaisha. Katiba si chombo cha kwamba ni cha kuchezea tu, maana huo ndio mwongozo wa taifa. Kama kweli hawa wanania nswafi, mbona wasirudi wakauliza wananchi maoni yao kuhusiana na hii serikali? Sometimes inatia uchungu Bernard, kudanganywa hapa kiholela. Ndio maana mimi leo niko hapa, kama kutatokea mtu mwingine atu akia Mungu sikufichi. Maana ile hasira niko nayo, sitaki hata kusikia vitu vingine zaidi ya hizi uongo wako nazo. Yaani siasa mzima namba kukosa pesa ni kwa sababu ya drought na nini? Kwa drought walifanya nini? Na hata hiyo lino walifanya nini? Hizo pesa zilizotengwa zilienda wapi? Kwa sababu magavana mpaka leo hatujambua nani gavana anaweza kupata. Tulikuwa papa hapa, si ya uongo wala si ya kuongeza. Magavana wakicomplain kwamba hawajaweza kupewa pesa, wengine wakasema lazima ni jukumu la gavana afanya. Walifanya pale waliweza, lakini je, kama taifa, kama serikali taifa ilifanya lipi? Kwanza tuliambiwa ni neno, hakuna neno likaja. Pesa zimetolewa, mara unaambiwa hazijafika, kwamba ngojeni kwanza. Leo unaambiwa hatutalipa watu mishahara kwa sababu hakuna pesa. Huu ni uongo na unafiki. Hawana haja ya uongozi na hawajui uongozi ni nini. Lengo lilikuwa ni kujificha kwa yale waliokuwa wanaogopa. Lazima tuzungumze ukweli hapa. Kwa hivyo hapa hatutaweza kuwa na msitu wa kuficha wachache waliofanya maovu. Kama wana hakika kwamba Raila ni mwizi na ameiba KMTC, ameweza wapi, ameweza COVID, wacha Wakenya waamue. But dawa ni kuwa hakol, dawa ni wa kuwazomea, maana hicho ndio kilichowatia kiwewe, hakuna kingine Bernard. Thamani imeshuka. Mwananchi amesubiri mpaka amefema basi. Hata yule alikuwa anang'ang'ana kwa sababu amehadaika kwa sababu ya uongo, amejua waza watu ni wanafiki na ni waongo. Ukicha empty coffers. Hizi masafari zilianza ndani ya wiki mbili za kwanza, mwezi wa kwanza kabisa, sio trip ngapi watu walienda nje. Halijaacha mpaka leo, na ni mabilioni ya pesa. Watu wanaenda matrip huko kwa huko. Sawa, enda basi, unatuletea lipi? Mara hon nimepata kazi 200, 1200, wacha nipeleke watu Jerumani. Hizi zote ni story. Dawa ni kuhakikisha Wakenya tunaungana kama kitu kimoja, kwa sababu hakuna mtu ambaye sasa hivi hiki kisu hakimpitii. Makenzi alikuwa sawa, mimi naenda mnanibushika, lakini kitawaramba. Ni kweli. Sasa Wakenya tumeonyeshwa hali halisi hao bwana, turudi pamoja. Tuseme hata nyinyi mnasema kwamba mko mnapambanya, mlikuwa mnapambanya, kutakuwa sawa lini? Shule zinafunguliwa hata si mbali. Mzazi maka hajui ataanzia wapi. Juu yako kwa biashara yake ndiko mnakokafinya ushuru. Sasa hivi mmefinya mpaka hakuna ushuru tena mnaweza okota. Maana hata investors, hakuna mtu ambaye anaweza kuinvest hapa kutokana na hali ilivyo. Unaanza kusikizia nino na long drought. Benda nitachia hapo bwana, nisije nikapandisha more. Watu wa Kenya tusidanganywe.
Asante sana Msimamo, nashukuru kwa uchandanuzi huo, na nakubaliana nao kabisa 100%. Wewe huwezi kuwa serikali ambayo inangoja sababu kwa nini mambo hayaendi. Hata wakati ulikuwa na drought, sikulikuwa na michango ya drought. Kama kuna mchango wa drought, it means hiyo pesa inakuja, haikuji kwa njia ya kawaida ya taxes. Hawa ni wafadhili wanaojitolea, wanatoa mahindi, wanatoa unga, wanatoa mafuta, kando na budget ya serikali, kando na taxes. Hizo ndio pesa zinafanya nini? Zinatumika kuhusika. So serikali pia inafanya nini? Inachangia kama vile wafadhili tofauti wamefanya nini? Wamechangia. That means kwa sababu watu wametoa misaada yao kando na taxes zao, ile hela itapatikana, itakuwa afueni kwa serikali. Kama serikali ilikuwa itumie 20 billion na wamekusanya misaada ya 15 billion, it will only use now what? 5 billion, saving the 15 billion. So hii Ndung'u anakwenda kutuambia eti ni kwa sababu ya El Nino na drought. Ni kwa sababu tumekutuka tukasema walianza na story ya Israel na Ukraine, okay? Sasa hiyo imekataliwa. So saa hii ndio wameswitch. Wanasema sasa sio Israel na sio Hamas, saa hii ni El Nino na drought. Hao watu wafurushwe kwa ofisi, hawajui kile wanafanya na wastahili kusimamia masuala ya nchi hii. Drought tumekuwa nayo kila mwaka kwa nchi hii. For the 10 years Uhuru Kenyatta has been here, tumekuwa na drought. Did we have all this madness of hatuwezi kulipa mishahara? Tumeshindwa, economy ni mbaya. Madeni tumekuwa nayo tangu enzi ya Jomo Kenyatta. Hakuna wakati hatukuwa na madeni. Mishahara zilikuwa zinalipwa. Masomo ilikuwa ya bure. Tena ilikuwa quality education. We went to school when the school was still school. Not the games you are being treated to by Kina Majoga and the other madness. So, hii ni wale watu ambao ni wazembe. Wazembe, walagai, waongo na wanafiki. Hao ndio wamesimamia nchi. Na kama hivyo ndio tulivyo, basi hakuna vile tutasonga mbele tukiwa na watu kama hao. Wakamatwe wote. These people belong to committee. Let them be locked up in committee so that we can get somebody serious to govern this country rightly. Even if exam is left to be handled locally by our local teachers and whatever education officials, the exam will be above board. The interference from State House and the interference from the interested parties are the reason why things are not moving. So if the economy was bad, it warranted you to go and borrow. You succeeded to borrow 4.6 trillion. Will you still be talking of lack of money? When our budget is not 3 trillion, you have borrowed beyond our budget. Si budget yetu ya mwaka moja ni? It's not more than 3 trillion, sio? We have borrowed 4.6 what? Trillion. So mnaambie, ni shimo lipi tumechimba State House ambako tunazika pesa? Kwa sababu it doesn't make sense kwamba our budget is 3 trillion, we have borrowed 4.6 trillion in 1 year, and in the same year, we can't pay salaries, we can't take care of the sick, we can't subsidize education, we can't conduct an examination for our children. Aliyeturoga tafadhali kuja uturogoe. Inji inahitaji uongozi, sio mchezo. So hao watu wote wanajiita profesa. Kwanza hiyo jina profesa sasa imeanza kunikasirisha, okay? Kulikuwa na profesa alikuwa anaitwa Kisiangani. Huyu akanikasirisha. Sasa huyu ndio Profesa Ndung'u. So kama profesa ana reason hivi ati ilikuwa El Nino na ilikuwa na unajua Kenya Kwanza imeharibu career za watu wengi. Huyu profesa alikuwa tu serious wakati alikuwa governor wa Central Bank. Sasa angalia vile Kenya Kwanza imefanya yeye. He's looking for an excuse after another. Well, naomba tusonge mbele. Kabla tuende basi, wacha tufungie watu kuingia mbinguni kwanza, alafu tumleta IG akubaliane na hayo madai. Naomba tafadhali tuendelee kukaribishana na kulike video. Hakikisha kwamba uko mstari wa mbele kujua ni lipi linaloendelea, na kumbuka Kenya Kwanza imekataliwa kila mahali. Hiyo ndio itakuwa our next phase of our talk. But wacha tuangalie ni kina nani wanaenda mbinguni na kina nani wamefungiwa kuingia mbinguni.
Iko Ufunuo 21 mstari wa 8 ambayo inasema waongo waongo kwanza, wazinzi, wanaoabudu sanamu, alafu na waoga hawaendi mbinguni. Maneno ya Biblia iko Ufunuo 21 mstari wa 8 ambayo inasema waongo waongo kwanza, wazinzi, wanaoabudu sanamu, alafu na waoga hawaendi mbinguni.
Haya, kwa hiyo list tu ambayo imesomwa na Zakayo mwenyewe, Zakayo anaenda mbinguni IG.
Mjambo kwanza. Bernard na msimamo.
Ndiko poa bro.
Jambo. Wewe tusomee list. Wacha kukwepa swali. Zakayo mwenyewe
kuna kitu ni, baada ya kuona hiyo clip I think ni ilikuwa imetuma kwa ile group ya Raila Sons and Daughters mimi ikabidi nikaangalia hiyo scripture mahali iko hiyo Revelations 21 verse 8, nika extract haka scripture vile kako nikatupa pale. Kwanza inaanza na waoga ambao ni cowards. Yeye anasema kwa hiyo list mtu wa kwanza amesema ni waongo. Kitu ya kwanza ni waongo. Huyu jamaa huwa ana quote the scriptures kutoka wapi? Na anasahau hata kuongeza pale wezi. Kama ana quote vitu vyake, huyu hataenda mbinguni. Huyu haendi mbinguni. So
endelea bwana IG.
Ruto atatumaliza. Anyway, nimeona mambo ya Ndung'u kusema sijui El Nino, sijui drought, sijui nini. In the same line ndio tumeona baada huyu Nyakango ku reveal yale mambo yanafanyika katika treasury, because she is the control of budget, anajua kila kitu. Na nadhani wakati Kenya Kwanza ilichukua kiti walisema Uhuru hakuacha kitu, na huyu mama anajua vizuri sana kama kitu kiliachwa ama hakikuachwa. So walianza kumwaccuse, wakasema yeye alikuwa ana approve budget nini last minute, mpaka hata wakati baada ya uchaguzi, wakati kesi iko kotini Supreme Court na ana approve, kuna budget alikuwa na approve So it is the same reason why ameanza kufuatwa, because wanajua yale anajua. Na sidhani hata kama wakimfuata na wamshike ama wampeleke wapi, tayari hiyo information imefikia watu tayari, watu wengi. Si eti vile wameshika mpaka hii information ya alikuwa na hiyo kitu ashatupa mahali ametupa, na wajue tayari itafika. So hapa hakuna kitu anafanya. Hii serikali tu ni ituondoke na iende ikiendanga, hakuna lingine. Mimi hata nimechoka na hii serikali because we used to warn people about this government, but ni kama watu waliziba masikio kabisa kutaka kusikia. But right now, nothing is coming out of this government. Wapack tu vitu zao waende, tumefika mwisho. Kabla tuwakuje. Ni hayo tu kwa sasa Bernard. Lakini Zakayo haendi mbinguni.
So yeye ashajitoa mbinguni. Wakati mnaona anaendelea na maovu, msimuingilie. Yeye ashajitoa kwa hiyo list. Kwa hivyo msimsumbue na njia ambayo ni nyembamba iendayo kwa uzima. Yeye amechagua ile bana. Okay, let's see Kenyans and their reaction about Kenya Kwanza.
Wagon that not only created a social but also a political narrative around a William Ruto presidency that he will be the one to deliver the hustlers out of turmoil and tribulations was bought by many. Dr. Ruto gained leverage and stakes in the 2022 elections and won against Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition leader Raila Odinga. But the disquiet is palpable across the country as the very hustlers oppose President William Ruto's unpopular policies, in some instances even heckling him or his cronies. Our senior political affairs reporter Melita Oletenges probes the turnaround of Ruto's supporters and the disquiet surrounding his leadership.
President William Ruto is a man at crossroads, facing a backlash from the very electorate who gave him a win in the 2022 general election.
Jua kali, boda boda, hiyo lugha sasa imesahaulika.
Cabinet secretaries have also not been spared in a fierce opposition to scandals and controversy surrounding the UDA government.
Sack these people, otherwise serikali yako sasa hata small function like this inaanza kukaa kama iko na sura mbaya. Kweli urongo.
Lakini mimi naongea na wewe kwa heshima Weta. Naongea na wewe kwa heshima. Wakati mwingine usijaribu kutupeleka kwa kiongozi ambaye ananyanyasa watu.
If his recent meetings in Mombasa and Dagoretti and even the Hustler Fund anniversary are anything to go by, the president's popularity is seemingly fleeting from hostile crowds and even low attendance at presidential functions.
It was not just one bombshell in July. It's been a series of small cascading bombs that have hit the public, whether it's land rates or it is the rate of getting an ID card and things like that. So the fact that almost every other day there is some news that is not positive towards what Kenyans are feeling has wiped away, for example, the excitement of the Hustler Fund.
It doesn't matter whoever would have won. Whoever won in 2022, we already had messed up our credit card. The economy had been run badly for the last 10 years. Even if it was Raila, we would be struggling with where we are. He would be actually coming up with very structured explanations and very hard English to try and explain how these things are.
Hatuwezi kutengeneza serikali ya mabwenyenye tena. Hii serikali tunatengeneza serikali inaelewa lugha ya mama mboga.
Disgruntled Kenyans feel they have been given a short end of the stick, with political commentators taking different angles in debunking Ruto's strategy against the people's high-placed expectations. The timelines of President William Ruto's delivery may not be instant coffee for Kenyans.
According to the presidency, the thinking is that by 2025 they'll be able to turn this around. The difficulty will be that the institution that is government will be used to the taxes that it is getting. Inflation rarely goes down, prices rarely come down. So even then we expect that the prices will continue to climb. That's the nature of a fiat economy, a fiat currency as we have.
As the hue and cry by Kenyans seems to be falling on deaf ears, hefty taxation by the government is taking a toll on the hustlers, many of whom have informal jobs with piecemeal incomes.
I can tell you, David Ndii is not mad. With his team, wherever they sit, they are not mad. They have looked at all these options. And every politician wants to be re-elected, including William Ruto, who says that he is not interested in being re-elected. He wants to be re-elected. But what are the alternatives at hand? So William Ruto is at a place where he is damned if he does, he is damned if he doesn't. So he has to choose his damnation. And as a country, we're also in the same place.
Ruto's unpopular policies even took center stage during a parliamentary group meeting attended by the Kenya Kwanza Alliance leaders, but the president has remained firm amidst the disquiet that he's not coming up against the limits of his power, but setting the foundation for a better tomorrow. But will the Kenya Kwanza leaders stick by him?
Kenyan politicians are like the Pharisees of old. They are vipers. They move on their stomach and they see with their tongues. So when they move on their stomach and see with their tongues, for as long as UDA remains in power and they're able to feed their needs through UDA, there's not going to be any movement.
Through the lens of his own rhetoric, President William Ruto's presidency is far from what many hustlers dreamt about. While hustlers are at the mercy of the government to alleviate their suffering in the coming days, the elephant in the room is whether President Ruto's foreign trips will turn around the fortunes of Kenyans amidst worries of skyrocketing borrowing. Melita Oletenges, NTV.
Haya, maji yanazidi unga kwa Kenya Kwanza. Engineer vipi? Wewe ndio daktari wa leo ama Kenya Kwanza itafute mwingine?
Pastor Bernard, thank you very much. I see IG there na msimamo. Thank you very much. Mimi sijui kule nitaanza kwa sababu inaonekana kila siku kuna scandal kila siku, you know, and na huyu mtu I think he's like a comedian but not a good one, but kusema ati kusomea watu Biblia, kusema waongo, wenye kuomba sanamu na waoga and anasema that with a straight face, and na najua kila wakati ni uongo mtupu. Kila wakati anaambia watu mambo ya uongo kabisa. I don't know even, hata sijui pale naweza kuanza, you know, kila siku nasikia hivi na kusema ati tumetenga, tutafanya, tuta nini, na kusema ati hata endesha serikali na mkopo, you know, anaongeza ushuru na hatuoni kule maendeleo iko. Kila kitu ambapo anaweka mkono juu yake inaharibika. Sasa tumeona mambo hiyo ya KCPE tangu wakati tulipata uhuru. Ni lini tushawahi kusikia ati wameharibu mambo ya mtihani? I mean, please. Mimi hata sijui vile wakati wanaenda kwa cabinet wanazungumza nini. Itapokuwa sasa yeye alisema ati yeye anajua mambo mingi juu ya ministry, because actually he is controlling everything. Ana ndiye mwenye kuleta hiyo idea ati mtihani itolewe kutoka UK ipatiwe watu, you know, watu tenders hizo zipatiwe watu Kenya ili wachukue pesa, alafu waende watafute kampuni ingine kutoka India ya kuangalia hiyo maneno na nini ili pesa zichukuliwe. Uongo, wizi. And every time, you know, kila wakati naangalia news, you know, it looks like every day kuna new things all over. Hata amerudi nyumbani, by the way, mtalii amerudi nyumbani ama ako tu ugenini huko ama kule you know he runs the country akiwa kwa ndege. ni Mato ndiye alikuwa anani was making me laugh the other day akisema, you know, juu ya the control budget ati sasa ndege yake haitaweza kupata mafuta, lakini already ameiba mafuta, ameweka ndege mafuta anyway. Si wanataka kuiba nini Kenya Pipeline ile wawe wakiweka kwa nini mafuta yote inakuja. Anataka control everything that has to do with the economy of the country. Sasa anataka tukiweka ng'ombe ati tuwe na tuna register ng'ombe. Sasa sio watu ama watoto ama nini. Sasa hata mifugo yetu register with them. Ai guys, na ndio jana nilisema enough is enough, and I'm ready. As a matter of fact, jana ndio nilikuwa naangalia map ya Washington DC. Tuchukue siku ama wiki mzima, demos, tuende kwa demos embassy ya Kenya in New York, in Washington DC, na ile iko Los Angeles, na wale ambapo wako London na wako Germany, wako wapi, tuseme tuende tufanye maandamano huko. Na sio huko tu tutafanya maandamano, kutoka embassy huko tunaenda hata White House. We also have to make the United States government know what is going on in Kenya. We have to let these governments know what is going on in Kenya. We are not going to let our country go to the dogs. Hapana. Tumekataa. Kwa hivyo ningetaka tukue siku ambayo mimi niko tayari. Kiniambia niende New York, naenda. Washington DC, naenda. Los Angeles, what? Kama ni wiki moja, and I'll be there. So that we can show these people we are really serious. We don't want our country to go to, you know, to ielekee pale inaelekea. We're really in a very serious situation right now. I don't know what to go to. Nilikuwa nazungumza na familia leo. Wananiambia hii mashina ni mingi sana. Kila wakati mtu anakuita, oh, kuko na shida na nini. And these are things that they used to do. Sasa I'm even wondering how nani msimamo amesema hapo, wazazi hawajui kule watatoa karo ya watoto wao kwenda shule ikuja in Januari ikifika. Hii ni mambo mbaya sana. Na kila wakati ni kuendelea tu kusema niliashikuachiwa kitu, nini na nini, tulikopa mikopo mingi. Kuangalia amekopa mkopo mwingi sana kushinda hata the previous regimes in their first year in office. We are not going to stand for these guys. So I expect that we really lead these, you know, and we have maandamano huku na nini, and we go and even those governments that have looked in one way or the other to be supportive of this regime, we also let them know we are not happy. Hata kama ni World Bank, tutaenda huku. I know where World Bank is and IMF. Huko Washington DC. Yeah. Naenda tunaonyesha hapana? No. And then at the same time, kama vile nilikuwa nimesema, we find a way of how we're going to write to these institutions and say, this money that you're giving, we are actually not seeing anything going on. You're just giving it to the country and nothing is going on. People are just stuffing their pockets. They're stuffing their pockets. And very soon, the country is just going to go into a default. That is where we are headed, guys. We are headed to a default. So kwa hivyo nitasimama hapo kwa sasa, and then we'll continue on with the conversation. Asante sana.
Okay, thank you, engineer. We appreciate that. Na ni wajibu wetu kama Wakenya kutetea nchi yetu, kuikomboa kabisa na uongozi mbaya ambao unaongozwa na William Ruto. Na ni wazi kwamba kutokana kwa William Ruto mwenyewe, cabinet yake, pamoja na parliament na all other departments, they are all faulty. Things are not working. Make believe has also refused to work, because you can't lie forever. You cannot live a life forever. It eventually catches up with you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we explore the discussion tonight, we urge you to be on the forefront, to invite somebody. I'm appreciative for those who are on the forefront of doing so. We are 235 people viewing. We want to get back to 300 as usual. Please, let's be on the forefront to ensure that that is done and, of course, concluded. The question we are asking on the poll question, do you believe the government of Kenya did her due diligence over the KCPE exams? So far, 12 votes on Sound Candid Talk Live, and of the 12 votes, 8% say yes, 92% say no, they did not do due diligence. On Sound Candid Talk, our main channel, we have over how many? 59 votes with 45, 60 votes, okay, with 45 likes. Please, the people who are voting without liking the video, you're going against the law. Please, let's abide within the framework. Let's do what we are required to do. Thank you so much for participating in the poll. 60 votes. And the question, do you believe the government of Kenya did her due diligence over the KCPE exams? 23% say yes, 77% say no. Please, I appreciate everybody for participating in the poll. Let's be on the forefront to speak up so that we can be heard. And then, of course, let's arm ourselves to recover our country. Our country, no doubt, is in the wrong hands, going in the wrong direction, and only Kenyans can save this country. No outsider will be able to do so, even if we expect them to do that. The best people to save this country are Kenyans, and I'm liking what Kenyans are turning into in terms of their realization of what is rightfully theirs and their demand for the same. And before we bring in Olara to give his opening remarks, let's listen to this Kenyans from Mount Kenya. This is Mount Kenya.
Imesumbua sababu wanasema walidimote hospitali yetu juu ya kukosa watu ya maternity. Maternity sio issues ya kuwa hospitali inaweza kuwa demoted. Ile facility inakuanga pale isaidie watu na njia zote. Sio kusema facility ikuwe demoted na na a reason of kukosa watu kuzalia hapa. Kuna watu wanakujanga hapa kwa emergency cases kama inavyo hitajika, kama article 43 of ya constitution yetu inasema upate huduma ya matibabu popote pale ulipo. Hii serikali ya ugatuzi ilikuja hapa tukue karibu na services ama huduma. So ombi letu kwa serikali ni hili: hii facility yetu wakati ilikuwa inafungwa hatukujulishwa, hakukuwa na public participation. Hiyo ni kitu muhimu sana. Uwezi funga hospitali kama bar ikikosa pombe inafungwa. Hospitali uwezi funga hospitali kusema ati hakuna wagonjwa. Hakuna mtu anaomba akuwe mgonjwa pale.
Kilalamika kuhusu health center yetu hapa Gatwe kwa kuwa imeshushwa kiwango, ilikuwa health center ikafanyiwa demotion. Sasa tunataka irudishwe mahali ilikuwa. Hii hospitali yetu wakati ilikuwa health center ilikuwa inahudumia watu wengi sana. Watu wa Gathodoma, watu wa Kangaita, watu wa Karaine walikuwa wanapata huduma bora hapa Gatwe. Kusema ukweli, tuko na madaktari bora, tuko na madaktari ambao wanafanya kazi kwa kujitolea, lakini serikali yetu imetuangusha wakisema ya kwamba, wakisisitiza ya kwamba eti hakuna akina mama anaingia pale kujifungua. Ati ndio maana wameiangusha chini. Tuseme ya kwamba hospitali ama institution yoyote ya serikali inafanyika pale kwa mpango na nia mzuri. Na hakuna vile ingeweza shukishwa chini kulingana na mirengo ya siasa ama kutohudhuriwa. Niseme ya kwamba siku ya leo tunataka hii malalamiko ifikie taifa mzima, wakati president wetu tunayempenda William Ruto na deputy wake walisindua mradi wa huduma kwa kila nyumba. Sisi tunahuzunika sana kwa sababu wakiendelea kufikisha huduma karibu na mwananchi, kuna wengine wanaipeleka mbali.
Ni undu wa mbebo twatengera mabina maria twakitwabinyiririo tuithwiki utuko mundu ni arigago ni kuria kuthina ria thibitari no itu irari aba ni turakenaga tondu ni ndireta mutumia mwecangu ria turiganitie ngamwira tuthie ndware tugatengera ngatugoka ibinda-ini ta riri uguo turakinyirira ba kurwara ringi o wiki ukarigwa atiriri nyumba ri ugwita una ndunginya ciringi one mwana economy urari biana ugigatengera tuike ni gukinyia mwana kiruguya mabinda muthenya wa iyo ni twatengerire aba uguo tuna kana kari kabinyiririe ge karwaru wega biu na twarikia gukinya Kagumo twakinya Kagumo ni twathire twikora turakorwo thibitari ya mbeca na uria tuthiete ni undu wake ndari na mbeca koguo twabocirwo kwetha ngari ya ukombora tuthie nginyagia tumutumu tukuuma kou tukuga atiri thibitari no ni muratwira tutiragia ciana tugatuika ciana ni turagia tondu tunacio na tuna monginya marito athuri maitu matikomaga rungu na tondu matikomaga rungu ngori atiriri goko gwito na korwo njobi ni nyuaga ri goko gwito na manyua njobi manyuaga njobi yake thimo na magakoma uriri matikomaga rungu ngakira ngeuria atiriri thibitari no turarirwo atiriri tutiraciarira guku ndiraciarire guku narikia guciarira guku mwatwirire tweriro kuna mutu thibitari itu twiragwo kuna mutu ocoro kuna pampa
na twina mararamiko ma thibitari no kubingo mbere-ini yakoragwo igitungatira andu magathuthuma na
Okay. Bwana Lara, najua wewe ni linguist, so unaelewa hiyo lugha vizuri, unaweza kutusaidia sisi ambao tuko na upungufu.
Asante sana. Acha ni wasalimu wote kwa jina ya Baba na kwa jina ya Mama, kwa jina ya Mungu, kwa jina ya kila kitu. Hamjamboni?
Hatujambo, karibu.
Unajua hizo malalamiko yote ni genuine na ni ukweli. Hiyo ni kama ukichukulia pimples. Unajua pimples? Kama kitu na kuna mwili ni kubwa, lakini pimples ikushika kwenye kucha utaigusa, ikushika kwenye mabawa ikigusa kwenye kitovu utaigusa. Pimples ambayo inawasha ikija popote kwenye mwili utaigusa. Hata ikija katikati ya uti au mgongo wako chini pale, utatafuta mti au utaita mtoto akuja akuguseguse hapo, ndo hiyo itching ile sote. na upele huwa haitoki bure, huwa inachochwa. Yani ukichocha kitu lazima ikuchoche pia. Sasa hizo upele ambayo inawashawasha wa Kenya kote, hakuna sekta ya Kenya haiko sawa, haiko salama. Hiyo ni dalili ya kwamba aidha tuna ukimwi kwenye mwili ama tuna kansa. Ni kujitambua tu. Na sasa tumeenda kwa daktari, na huyu daktari ametutuma kwenye chemotherapy direct. Hakutuuliza chanzo ya hiyo kansa ni nini, ama hakuuliza chanzo ni nini. Sasa mwili utoa upele, ufanye hiyo makelele mnasikia hiyo, ni mwili ndani ina shida. Daktari mzuri angefanyaje? Angekuuliza umekula nini, wewe unakula nini, wewe nini. Kansa ipendi sukari, kansa ipendi mafuta ya kupika, hiyo zingine za mazola nini, za mahindi. Yani anakuguide kwanza, anakupatia fighting option. Daktari mbaya atakuletea IMF, atakuletea World Bank, atauza gala ya kuweka mahindi, anasema mahindi haiko, hata hii gala ya kuweka mahindi uzitoe. Daktari mbaya atakwambia nini? Enda for total surgery. Daktari mbaya atakwambia nini? Hata ukifanya yote, by the way utakuwa tu miaka 10 ya kuisha, miaka 5 ya kuishi. Nafikiria mpaka hapo tumeelewana. Sasa what is happening, including our education system? Our education system is not how improved to benefit us. They improve to keep us as what? As workers, or as a people ambao watakuwa wamegawanyishwa kabila, wamekuwa wabadhirifu. We have lawyers in the cabinet. We have people who ate githeri for 4 years, like Murkomen. Amekula githeri kwa miaka 4, akagraduate, haku practice law, ali practice corruption, and he was elected an MP, then elected a senator, then he flourished. Sasa nachotaka kusema ni hivi, tatizo ya Kenya ni nyingi na jipu ziko nyingi, na hizo jipu zote lazima iwe na sababu yake. The itching in the body is so much. Wakati Uhuru alikuwa at least alikuwa anaponesha jipu zingine zisilipuke, lakini shida bado nini? Shida ni Ministry of Finance na shida is our executive. Their biggest achievement is what they loot than the previous one. They loot the previous one. At least Uhuru will maintain road network.
Tunaingia vijijini, mijini na hata jijini kukuletea taarifa mchana kutwa. Usiku tunaketi kitako, tunadadavua tukichanganua taarifa na makala muhimu yanayokuhusu wewe na familia yako. Ungana na Bernard Ngozi kwenye Open Forum Political Show kuanzia saa 4 usiku hadi dakika zake kila siku ya wiki kwenye Sound Candy Talk. Tukutane Sound Candy Talk.